How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. Just grinding and grinding. That's all I'm doing.
I I feel you there, man. I feel you there.
I
Just get
uh
told
I
it's all
just
the way
got home
up.
from work and working 40 hours, and then I got my schoolwork. But I'm doing well. I have two A's right now in my two classes, so I can't really complain.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You just get started with everything?
Yeah, I've been at it for like 3 or 4 weeks now. But my nutrition class is over next week, so that'll be over with. And then I start microbio and in like 3 weeks, and then I'll finish that out for the summer, and then I'll be ready to go.
Nice, man. Nice, man. Good. Get grinding away. Get moving on up.
Exactly.
How's work been with everything?
It's been crazy but manageable. I mean, we're not seeing people in the office still unless it's like an extreme emergency. But we're moving offices, so it's kind of hectic. Like, seeing patients and then getting stuff packed away because we have to be in the new office by the first, and we're gonna start seeing people again in person. So it's crazy, but it's keeping me motivated and keeping me busy. So I can't really complain.
Yeah, at least you don't have to try to see patients and people packing things up, unpacking, packing, like the cycle of packing things away and actually needing them 5 minutes later.
Exactly. We actually had our first PRP in like 4 months today. I helped the doctor do two knees, so that was kind of cool getting back in the groove.
Nice, man. Nice. That sounds cool. It sounds like you're doing some good things there.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. So just wanted to hop on today, just talk a little bit. Um, give a just give us a little intro about what have you been up to fitness wise and everything like that.
sure. So, unfortunately, as of late, I'm not doing a whole lot. It's just I know it's kind of a stupid excuse, but it's just very hard to find time with, 40 hours a week and then coming home and doing like 4 hours of schoolwork. But I'm kind of, my brother is really big into fitness. So, he's kind of getting me in the back a little bit into the groove, and I'm trying to do like, one or two workouts a week. I would like to increase that to, three, maybe four, but at least I'm like trying to like, get back into the swing of things. I The program you made me last year, I think around May, I
Yeah,
finished.
yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I would like to try to get back into that because I really, after that whole 8 weeks of good nutrition and working out 3 times a week, I just felt like the best I've ever felt. I'm kind of feeling kind of crappy these last couple weeks just because I'm not really active as much as I should be.
Yeah.
Um, but the goal is to definitely get back on the wagon and get things moving forward, especially now. I'm going to be moving to a new city in a couple, like a month and a half, for nursing school. So I would like to get like a good routine where I can balance out a workout, school, and then probably a part-time job. So that's the goal.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the time is probably the biggest obstacle for, most people would say is finding time, especially with working so much and you got the addition of doing school and family stuff and everything like that. So that could definitely be the most difficult thing, I think you're finding a good balance there, trying to find, at least that little bit of time. You might not be able, I think we've talked about this in the past a little bit, but like you don't have to do the whole workout. Like especially those workouts that I gave you, they're like if your workouts are designed right, you all your main exercises are at the beginning. So even if you do the first two or three exercises, that's going to be a good workout because you're going to be doing like your big movements, your squats, deadlifts, chest press, rows, all those big movements that are really going to get you kind of where you're looking to go, get you at least moving. Even if that's 10, 15 minutes, that's better than, if you were just sitting at home, just eating a bag of chips, watching TV or something.
Right, right. I mean, the good news is that at work, I'm kind of running around like a chicken without a head, so I'm definitely, at least getting some movement in throughout the day. But again, it's not the activity I would like to be doing normally. So I would like to start getting back into weight training and maybe some runs here and there, especially now that it's summer. I mean, there's no excuse to not do anything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's always about finding that like minimal threshold like that you can meet like every every day or every other day. Just find like one little thing you can do, like for even just 10, 15 minutes. If you're really crunched for time, like I've I've been finding even for myself, just finding even when I don't want to do anything, 10, 15 minutes, do it. If at even if it wasn't the best workout or the best run, at least you did 10 minutes. You feel better about yourself and you move on to the next day. Maybe the next day you're able to do 30 minutes, and then maybe the next day you do 10 minutes again. Like every little bit adds up over time. It's not a all or nothing type of deal.
Right.
That's kind of the
I remember you saying that even it's not you don't have to be it's not you're not perfect. So like, if you don't if you do well one day and then you're feeling kind of crappy the next, but as long as you do something, that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not feel your best or do your best every single day. I remember you saying that a lot. I always that always resonated with me, and I think about that a lot because you can't beat yourself up. You really can't. That's like the main idea is to better yourself, but not to beat yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have this all or nothing mindset. A lot of people, I think that's with anything in life, not just fitness or nutrition. It's people think you're either all in or you're not in at all. There's no test in the water. There's no waiting to get into the pool. You're either jumping in the deep end or you're not swimming at all. So I think have like getting over that and realizing, oh, if I just do, if I had one salad a day or if I do one little workout, at least I'm trying and working my way up to being, that 80, 90%. Even though one day I might get 60%, 60 is still better than zero. It
Right.
might not be perfect, but it's still better than absolutely nothing.
And I mean, the good news with me personally is that I'm actually have the nutrition and for me has been good. I've been, eating a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not over snacking. If I am snacking, it's something like healthy or light.
Mm.
Um, Usually, especially with my work schedule, it's kind of hard to eat a large meal in one sitting. So I've been very particular with trying to eat a little something throughout the day, whether it's like like an apple or a couple like pretzels or something, something to that effect. As long as I'm eating a little something to maintain, not starving myself and
Yeah.
then eating a big meal and then having it sit in my stomach like a brick. So I've been very good at spacing out my meals and making sure it's good portions. I'm not being excessive. So that's a plus when it comes to my nutrition side of things.
Yeah, that's good, man. That sounds like at least, your work kind of helps you in one way, hurts you in another, but it helps you in another way that it doesn't prevents that overeating or over snacking and not long periods of sitting down, kind of getting tight and everything,
Right.
which is good.
But I like I said before, I would definitely like to get back into that 8-week program. I loved every second of it. I was
Yeah.
super motivated. I definitely, felt really good, and I didn't just follow just the weight training stuff. I followed a
Hmm.
very strict nutrition diet. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about getting back into, tracking those things and kind of setting yourself up for a schedule. So something I would do is maybe like, it's the end of the week. So starting next week, have just like a small schedule for yourself. Look at the week ahead and, find, 2 or 3 days to work out. Okay. I'll get one in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it may be. Come up with whatever schedule you think you can stick with and stick with it. And even if we said if you can only that day you manage to get the first 4 exercises in, at least you got those 4 exercises in, you've stuck to your schedule, and you can build momentum that way, because that's all it is. It's kind of like a hill. Like once you start building momentum, it just then you go right back down the hill and you're just cruising at that point
right,
until the next point. Sometimes you'll hit another hill at some point, but at least you're starting to build that momentum that you're like, okay, I can keep doing this, I can keep doing this, and eventually it just becomes habit again. And then, like you said, you're moving in a couple weeks anyway. That'll be another hill, and you'll have to start kind of it all over again in the sense of, okay, I gotta build a new schedule now and work within my new confines. But that's why you do it each week, because not each week is going to be the same. You can try, but you know, life happens. That's just
yeah,
how it works.
it makes a lot of sense. I actually had a question for you. Do you think not being as physically active affects your sleep quality, because I feel like, especially this week in particular, I've just been like, and I haven't really been staying up super late. I've been just staying up late enough to get finished whatever work I got to get done, or
Hmm.
get to an end point so I can start the next portion of work the next day. But I just been feeling very sluggish this whole week, and I was curious if that was because I haven't been as active as I used to be.
Yeah, that's an awesome question. I think it definitely does have an effect on your sleep and your sleep quality. I do think like if you, especially with this whole coronavirus thing, if you were working a job that was on your feet all the time and you were working for, like you said, 40 hours a week, and then some people are now not working at all or doing very minimal activity, like you're going to have more energy and you're not going to be spending it doing anything if you're not working out or whatever it may be. You're not spending that energy, so it's going to be cooped up in you, so it can be harder to go to sleep. As for like your situation, you are working and you are active, and but you're doing a little less physical activity. I think it could still have the same effect, because when you do work out, like you said, you're going to be using some of that excess energy, and it's going to help you fall asleep a little bit quicker. Sleep is where you recover everything. Even when you're not working out, that's where your brain helps store your memories, helps you recover fully. So yes, it would definitely have a big effect on your sleep. What I would suggest is, just start doing anything you can, even if it's just like a 5-10 minute walk, at night,
Hmm.
after dinner. I like to do that just to, stretch my legs, help digest a little bit, and just helps you get a little active and helps you, hopefully helps you sleep a little bit better. And over time, I know some people, if they work out too late at night, it could affect their sleep, as
Hmm.
in it's harder to get to sleep because you're all amped up, ready to go, work out, especially if you take like pre-workout. I don't suggest anybody taking pre-workout
Don't
and
mess with that at all.
yeah, so at nighttime, definitely don't do that because then you'll definitely be wired all night. I know I would. So, um, if that affects you, some people don't like to work out too late at night. I'm one of those people. I like to work out in the afternoons or the early mornings. At night, it just kind of amps me up, gets my heart rate going, and I don't really feel tired.
Right.
So,
I was just curious because, I mean, not to be a little too personal, but I don't think it's like, I'm a little too young to be having like a testosterone deficiency, where like, so, if having testosterone kind of gives you that little extra boost. Because I know, like,
yeah,
my dad, as you get older, he actually takes testosterone, cypionate to keep his testosterone levels at a level where
replacement. Yeah,
exactly. And it definitely gives him his little extra pep when he's feeling down or tired or whatever the case may be. So I don't think it's that issue with me yet, because I'm a little too young to
yeah.
be in that issue.
Well,
Uh,
what it could be too is that when you do work out, your testosterone levels do go up because your muscles need to grow, so your body's going to produce more testosterone because of that. Plus, working out just overall just it helps increase your testosterone levels overall. So that could definitely be a contributing factor. It's probably not a huge factor. Hormones can definitely have a large effect. Um, but most of the time with that, you'd have to you have to go. You already work with a doctor, but you should know you got to go to the doctor. You got to get those things tested. And with testosterone levels, from what I know specifically, everyone's levels are a little bit different, and there is an average level, but each people can be on a higher level of a spectrum or a lower level, and that could just be what their normal is. So for some people, they could be in their 40s and 50s and have normal levels, but they could have dropped significantly because they used to be at a much higher level, and that can have a dramatic effect on overall their muscle quality, their emotions, and their physical actual energy level.
that makes a lot of sense. I know. I mean, working with the doctor, I know. I do blood work and I deal with a lot with testosterone and that kind of things. I know. With him, his suggestion, like you said, there's different spectrums. High, maybe some people might have a high one, but it may be normal or low, whatever the case may be. But I noticed with replacement therapy, he's kind of, it's everyone is different. So I mean, you could have one guy who has low testosterone and he does the cypionate replacement, and it doesn't help him. Or so then he would
Yeah.
suggest what they call andrew gel. So it's like a pump, and
Yep.
it's the same kind of idea, but it's a different avenue to kind of get those testosterone levels in check. So it's kind of interesting to see that firsthand. Where when I wasn't working for this doctor, I had no idea what the heck was going on. So it's kind of cool to see that on a daily basis, um,
Hmm.
and just kind of get more knowledge on not only testosterone, but like just how everyone's levels are different, and there's always a way to counteract if there's like uh, if they're too high or too low or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So it could definitely have an effect on your overall sleep quality and everything like that. I would, kind of test it out and see, next week start, getting a little active more, and that should definitely help your sleep. Um, and obviously, the food you eat is going to affect how much you sleep and how well you sleep. Try not to eat too big of a meal before you go to bed, so your body can digest and everything like that. Try not to eat, too close to bed. Period. Try not to drink too much before bed, so you don't have to wake up and go to the bathroom. Stuff like that. So that could all has a factor in your sleep. It's like one of the like most things in the body. There's multi-faceted reasons to why you have good sleep, bad sleep. We can I can name 15 different reasons why you could have either way.
right.
Um, so there's so many factors and so many ways to make your sleep better, worse. So I would definitely say try to get more activity and just watch your nutrition, everything like that. I think those two would definitely help you, at least first and foremost, try to get a little bit better of a sleep quality.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just that was kind of a burning question for me. I've been thinking about it like all week, and I just kind of wanted your opinion, your insight on what you thought about it. So
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Always happy to help you with anything else. You got anything else? Anything else you're struggling with right now? I know we talked a little bit about trying to get back into it and your sleep and everything.
um, not off the top of my head. I mean, those were kind of the two major things that or have been bothering me and what I've been struggling with. But I definitely appreciate. I've always appreciated because this isn't the first time we had a conversation about health and
Yeah.
fitness and nutrition and anything like that. So I always appreciate your knowledge and your insight, and it's always helped me out on my journey. And you never steer me the wrong way. So
Thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. You got my number. We can always chat and get you hooked up there, okay?
okay, hope
So,
I really enjoyed this. I know it probably wasn't like super long, but I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the knowledge and the camaraderie, and I hope to see you soon. I know
yeah.
this world's still messed up, but I would like to get together and you know kick back and have a drink and hang out.
Yeah, no problem, man. Someone's got to be the first one. So, thanks, Paul, for joining me, and
No
we'll
problem.
talk to you soon.
You got it, buddy. I'll catch you later.